And we're on now. Sorry about that.
Darn, we had some poignant conversation.
We really did.
Let me try and remember word for word.
We'll be taking applications for the next camera.
We love you, Al. It's all right.
Oh, man. The Batgirl stuff was gold.
Oh, jeez.
Can you see us now?
Can you see me now? Can you see me now? I'm sorry. I'll try not to laugh. Okay, wait. Let me go back to the
You have my profound apologies.
We're back. Episode 85, Geek Out SA. And we have Lisa Robles here that we've been talking to for the past, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
It was a
And,
testing. It's okay.
It was really cool. But yeah, from Mizuumi-Con. She is the Public Relations Extraordinaire.
Yes.
So, yeah. Sounds
Yep,
like it's
okay,
on now.
It's on now.
It's on
All right,
now.
we're good to go.
Sorry about that. But it's cool. We're back. So I guess we're gonna have to start off with what we were talking about before.
Oh man, it was such a bummer.
That was a bummer.
It
We
was
talked
such a
about
bummer.
the whole thing.
That came from my heart. I don't
I
know,
know.
if I can go back there again.
So Batgirl.
So Batgirl. So here we go.
Number
again.
41. There was a variant cover made with the, was it The Killing Joke?
Yeah, it's called The Killing Joke. Is the original comic that he's supposed to be paying homage
He's
to.
paying homage to on Batgirl 41 of that thing, and you can see it here.
Yeah, it's like over that way. Yeah.
It's right there.
Over here.
Yeah, it's right there.
here.
Right there.
So this is what all the fuss is about right here.
So as you can see it, I'll just leave it on there so I'll talk and you can hear me. So as you can see it right there by Vince, you can see like in nature, he's very dark and in the background. So this is a traumatizing event in their story arc, okay? So there is a very legitimate reason for her to be traumatized in this way. So for me personally, I think that this is a form of art. This is this person's
Style and homage to the Joker.
To the Joker, to that issue that touches on this storyline. That's all well and good. And I don't have a problem with that being a variant cover on that Batgirl 41 that is now being marketed to teens and young girls. And the comic inside of it is more... There's more levity. There's more... I don't know. It's more about female power, and it's more about Barbara Gordon being Batgirl. Mm-hmm. It's less about the relationship between her and the Joker. So I just don't think that that's a cover that they should have paired particularly with that comic.
But I mean, it's still a variant that people want to buy.
I do. I think he's an intriguing character. He's very dark. He's dark for the sake of being dark. He has very dark story arcs. But I saw on Facebook, and Lisa and I were talking about this earlier, I don't know if it's the artist who originally did it or if it's another artist who changed Barbara's facial features. Just enough to where her eyes are looking up in defiance, and she's got more of like a snarl on her own face rather than this traumatized look.
Mm-hmm. Now, Thomas is saying, I thought it was very well rendered drawing, but I can understand why it was pulled. The Killing Joke was an incredible piece of work. It just should be on the Joker's issue or on a Batman issue, not a Batgirl. So I think people are also seeing that as well, but just because the Joker's on there is why people want that variant. And I know that you were saying, but the Batgirl is geared towards younger girls.
Right. The current Batgirl is geared towards teen, tween kind of age, and so Lisa and I were talking about.
But not the cover. This cover
is not appropriate, and
it's not appropriate, and it's not necessarily something that I think that they were wanting young girls to buy, because I'm sure guys buy this too.
I mean, I'm sure guys buy My Little Pony and stuff, so I don't see why they wouldn't be buying Batgirl, right? And then okay, see, now you're going to open a whole nother can of worms of something I wanted to talk about that we didn't talk about the first time we were running the show, about men liking these and them wanting to change the costumes of these female characters. Do we want to open that can of worms too?
Well, that's another thing that I had a problem with is, I
think Lisa and I would both agree. The female form is very beautiful.
I love it. So.
Lisa loves the female form.
Yes.
I have a female form. I think it's pretty impressive. I think Lisa's is impressive. I love you, honey. I just don't think that the male form is as impressive. I mean, y'all have some abs and stuff. It's all okay and everything, but I don't care to see men like human in nature. We like sex. We like to look at sexual things, right? So I don't know that I agree with this whole new turn in the industry where they want to cover the girls up, and I'm all for empowering her. You know, give her a good punch and she can kick somebody's ass, but she can still wear short shorts. I'm okay with that, right? How do you feel?
And I think some females actually find that empowering. You know, like being able to wear, I guess, clothes that aren't as modest as other clothes. Like, you know, because I used to have a Tumblr, and so I would see things like, oh, I'm wearing this pair of short shorts, and yeah, you know, I feel really good in it, and I feel really sexy, and things like that. So I think on the opposite side, it is empowering to them, you know, sometimes to, you know, wear things like.
Yeah, I almost feel like they're teetering on this double-edged sword of saying, well, we want to empower women by not making them sex symbols, and we're covering them up, but then saying, well, you shouldn't say that women are asking for it if they're not wearing them. So where do you stand on this line? If I'm not asking for it, if I'm just trying to feel gorgeous, then why can't I have hardly any clothes on? I think it's a really bad standard for them to start. I don't think that they should be messing around with it. And I don't think that DC should have had to pull this variant cover. I think they should have just switched it and put it on the comic that it went with.
Put it on a Batman or a
Vengeance. Give her that look.
I think that look, I wish I had posted that
change
on there because I didn't get it in time. But yeah, I mean, you'll see a complete difference if you look at it. Just Google it, and you'll see the two. It's just a look on her face.
Yeah, it's the slightest change, and it completely changes the cover.
Yeah.
To a cover of empowerment. So, I don't know. Another thing I don't think is right is all the death threats.
No, I mean, I don't know why they.
It's within the community. Like, they're threatening each other. Really?
Is it that serious? You know?
Serious?
You're going to threaten to
But
kill
they're so
someone
angry.
over it? Yeah.
That people want it to be pulled. That's why they're angry, and that's the ones who are doing the threatening. The people that want that variant on.
Yeah, but they still shouldn't be. That's not the way to deal with anything. I mean,
No,
I teach
it's
my
not.
7th graders that. You don't deal with your issues by going around punching people or telling them you're going to punch them or threatening their moms or whatever.
Yeah.
That's not how we should be dealing with things. You know? You can tell somebody that you think that their idea is idiotic and stupid. That's the nice thing about America. But you shouldn't be telling
It's
people
not very
that
nice,
it's
but
not nice, but you should be allowed to do that. But you shouldn't be able to say, well, I hate your idea, I'm going to kick your teeth in. You know, that's where it goes too far. You guys are not the Joker, people.
America.
Okay.
Freedom.
Freedom. We're free.
Sir William Wallace.
Okay, so we're off our soapbox. That was a big soapbox. I'm so sorry. we got all preachy there.
So the Joker, yeah, he's great. But you know what's not a joke is Windows 10.
Ooh, Windows 10.
Windows
Tell
10.
us more, man.
Tell us more. Well, apparently Windows 10, first thing, Internet Explorer, i.e., it's going away.
Woohoo! Yes.
I know everybody's happy about that, but and I know it comes pre-installed on earlier versions of Windows, but it's not going to be on Windows 10. They're just going to change it and call it. Well, right now it's being called Project Spartan.
We are Sparta.
So, yes, 300. That's perfect.
I like it.
So, I don't know what kind of logo
when-
they're going to have for this.
Sparta.
I've seen a screenshot of it. It looks like a cross between Firefox and Chrome. So,
You know what I forgot to ask you earlier? I wonder how they're going to transition a lot of these programs that only work in IE.
Yes, and I'm like, I love Google Chrome. Why can't I?
Like, put it on Google Chrome, please.
I know we had talked about this before about Chrome too, that Chrome is starting to get bloated, so people are going back to like Firefox.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're gonna have like there is like a compatibility feature that was built into IE to be able to be more of a cross-browser browser. So maybe they'll build something like that into it, because IE's not really going away. They're just changing the name and changing the way it looks.
They're giving it a facelift.
From what they're giving it a facelift. They're probably
I hope it doesn't look
down
like
the
Meg Ryan.
coding quite a bit.
Shots fired.
I didn't catch that. What did you say?
I said I hope it doesn't look like Meg Ryan.
Oh. But I think that was just Meg Ryan. I think that was just that stuff.
Oh no, it was a
Botox.
bad facelift. It was
It
a
wasn't. Have you seen pictures of her after the
Well, she's
awards?
gotten a couple of more since then to look more normal.
She looks more.
Her
a little
and
more
Kenny
wrinkly.
Rogers.
Kenny Rogers is bad. That
weird.
that looks fake.
He looks weird. He looks like a wax museum doll. And this is all about Windows 10.
We digress. It's about Windows 10. Another thing is Windows Hello, and that's a way
Hello,
for
Windows?
you to get into
Does it
your
sound like George
computer
Takei?
without having to. Hello.
He's awesome.
Hello.
It's a way for you to get into your computer without putting in a password, and it uses biometrics to allow you to do this. So you can either use like a fingerprint, or you can use your face.
Can you use your face to like read documents and stuff? Like move your head and it knows how you're reading?
This is just for access.
That's
to
not
stuff.
cool,
And
Windows.
it's also going
Your
to be
Windows is
combined
lame.
with Passport.
We don't like
to
it
be
anymore.
getting into like different websites.
Mm-hmm.
So you do that with your face rather than typing in your password. Because if hackers want to get your password, they can steal your password when you type it in. If you're not typing in a password, they can't get it.
What if Nicolas Cage wants to steal your password and he takes your face off?
This feels like deja vu because we just had this conversation.
But it was golden, so I got to use it again. I was like, when I
it's
thought
not
of that
gold
stuff,
anymore.
It was perfectly
Now it
timed.
just feels kind of forced.
You're the only one who knew. Look,
I thought it was awesome.
my theater friend out there, can you please send Vince a message and tell him if you don't tell the audience, they don't know. He's like,
Wow.
Not gonna say. Anything.
It's gonna look like Mickey Rourke.
Oh,
We got that from Nerd 411. Yeah,
I
that's
thought I went too
even worse. That's even worse. So what are we talking about? Windows 10.
far. We're talking about something else. Change the subject. Talk to Lisa.
So, Lisa,
Yes.
you're here from Mizuumi-Con,
Yes.
and it's happening this Saturday.
Yes.
So, tell us, what is Mizuumi-Con?
Wait, you have to address Lisa with her official title.
Oh,
Yes.
the Public
My new
Relations
official title.
Extraordinaire.
Yes. Chris Darrell, my new title is Public Relations Extraordinaire. So Mizuumi-Con, we're a one-day anime convention. We're family-friendly, and we happen here in San Antonio at Our Lady of the Lake University. So we start at 10 in the morning, and then we end at midnight.
Very nice. So, what are... I mean, some people might not... What is an anime convention?
So an anime convention typically consists of panels that are related to certain fandoms in the anime community, or, cosplaying, because a lot of people who come to anime conventions cosplay, which means dressing up like characters they like, or creating different characters, like something unique and of their own. And so sometimes they'll have tutorials on how to create cosplays, or how to make, wigs or things like that. We also have cosplay competitions, so people can enter their cosplay outfits that they've created and sometimes even do a skit so they can win different awards and things
Yeah, because
like
some
that.
of them spend a really long time making their cosplay, right?
Every year I'm so amazed because I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I could.
I wish I made that.
Yeah. I tried to glue together a skirt the other day and it didn't come out so good. So
Wow.
yeah, I wish I had that
Lisa's
kind of
gonna
skill.
go to some of the panels this year. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak in, even though I do the panels. I'll just sneak in a little bit.
Very cool. Very cool. So, what are some of the things? I guess what I'm trying to get is anime. If somebody asks you, what's anime?
So anime is basically like Japanese animation. It's Japanese cartoons, but I don't like saying cartoons because some of them are really more, I guess, intense than a typical Americanized cartoon would be. So like here we have Family Guy or Adventure Time, and it's kind of like, ha ha, you know, this inappropriate joke here or whatever.
Yeah.
But with a lot of anime, I mean, you can have that too, and you can have romance ones, you can have action ones. Some of them, like Attack on Titan, I was like crying by the 3rd episode, and I've never cried during a cartoon before. But I was like, and then I had to pause Netflix and reevaluate my life because I was like, whoa, I don't know if I should be feeling these kinds of emotions right now. So I think it's a different kind of animation style.
But animation is like stuff like Pokemon?
Yeah.
Is that kind of like...
Yeah, like I guess...
I actually know what it is, but some people don't know what it is. We even named our dog Akira.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, we did. We did.
That's awesome.
So, but I'm just trying to play devil's advocate. Some people don't know what anime is.
I like the first conversation we had. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's funny how we had this entire thing.
I know,
All
it was
planned.
so
And
boring.
it's so much different than it was initially.
There you go. Mm-hmm. So it's not like Disney animation. It's
No,
not
it's
like,
not like-
Bubble Guppies or anything like that. It's not
No.
cartoony like that.
No.
Well, Pokemon kind of is.
Pokemon, I mean, some of them can be, you know, some of them are more lighthearted or cutesy or funny, but a lot of them I've noticed are very dramatic and I don't know, especially the action ones. I keep going back to that, but I'm always amazed at some of the storylines in those. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, and some of them are almost like Japanese soap opera animated, right?
Yes, yeah. And I'm like, whoa.
You're like, whoa.
And the
that's a
artwork
little-
is so beautiful too. That's another thing. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of picky with artwork, like when it's held in complex in comparison.
And I think that's some of why people like it, right?
Yeah.
Is because of the different art styles. And you do kind of have that in the fandoms, right? Where they're like,
Oh, yeah.
oh no.
And like my best friend, she would draw anime characters
Those
all the time.
eyes, right?
Yeah, the
All the
eyes.
time,
And
the
I
eyes.
would try to do the same thing because I wanted to be cool like her, and I just couldn't. I couldn't do it.
You're like, Lisa's
Stick-
like,
oh gosh, thank you.
What does that mean?
Oh well, it just means that my hair looks good, I think. But I don't want to say that and sound pretentious. So
we were like,
They
does your
said-
hair normally
But it's a
look bad?
game. What's
Because
the
that's
game?
not very nice, people.
It's a new term that all the kids are using, like, oh, that eyebrow game though, or that hair game. Like, it's
Ooh,
never
she
heard-
Lisa, no.
I'm sorry, I'll leave.
All right, show's over. No, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
Yeah, it just means they like her style.
Yeah.
Cool.
She's
I
pretty.
did-
That's
Thank
why
you.
you put her.
I know that now.
Oh, jeez.
So Mizuumi-Con.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna ask you about the manga. So there's a difference between manga and anime.
Yeah, so manga is like the actual book, like, you know, whereas anime is the actual show, and so that's...
So do y'all do some manga events there at Mizuumi-Con too? Do y'all have like a manga library or anything?
You
or-
know, I know we have in the past, or I think we have in the past. I don't think we are this year, because I do the panel, so I don't think I scheduled anything for that this year, but...
Is that as big, or is it not necessarily as big anymore?
You know, honestly, I mean, I think it can be, but I've been seeing a lot. The big thing that I've noticed a lot this year is like the trend of people wanting to submit like host clubs or maid cafes and stuff. And we're actually having a host club. It's an anime host club held by another university, their anime club. And so they're going to dress up like different anime characters, like cosplay, and they're going to, you know, just serve snacks and kind of provide entertainment. Kind of like Oron, I guess is the best way I could describe it. But yeah, with different characters and that. So
That's cute. Are y'all gonna do that in the outside area where you have food, or?
no, so we're going to do that in the St. Anne's courtyard. It's where we have our koi pond and like like this really beautiful setup. So I thought it would be really pretty out there because it's like a nice little area. It's very peaceful. So I thought it would be like, I don't know, really classy. Like
and y'all have other clubs on the campus that do some of the food vending and stuff?
Yes, so since we happen at a university, you know, a lot of our campus, like we like to kind of get involved with things, all the organizations and stuff, and they definitely want an opportunity to kind of fundraise and, you know, do things for their own organization. They can make a killing at the anime convention.
With fried Oreos,
yes,
by the way.
There will be fried Oreos.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yes.
Nice.
So, you know, some of them will serve like fried Oreos. Gaio's Pizzeria, they come out and serve pizza every year, and he sells out like quick, but I mean, that pizza is like so amazing.
Yeah.
So I understand why. I think Jassa is doing yakisoba again. So, but I mean, a lot of our organizations will serve snacks and different things.
Do you know if you have a vendor that's going to have the Japanese drinks that's in the little glass bottle that has the little...
Yeah, the
like,
ramune in the pocket. Yeah, I think we should have that again.
Those
so,
are cool.
Yeah.
I love Pocky. I just can't eat it anymore.
Why?
It's bad for me.
It's bad for him.
Really?
He's not allowed to have sugar for medical reasons.
No. I'll
I hate
have
when that
Pocky
happens.
for both of us.
Yeah, but they should make sugar-free Pocky.
Yeah,
Why
They really
not?
should.
They should.
Yeah.
So can you have like artificial sweeteners?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah, that's all good.
we should invent that money maker.
I know, right?
I don't know that the Japanese have these sugar problems that we have in America.
Yeah.
They kind of are healthier than we are.
Yeah, it's
They don't
true.
overindulge.
Well, and like my dad's girlfriend's from Hong Kong, and so she'll cook us food, and it's like amazing. It's like, you know, your Americanized Chinese food, but it's like 10 times better. And then she'll eat something completely different and like separate, and it's like, what? Like, so no wonder we're over here like stuffing our faces, and
She's
still
like, I had 2 grains of rice and I'm full.
Yeah, must be nice.
What are you looking at?
Hashtag bad for old people. Nerd 411.
Oh.
Bad fro.
Bad for old people.
Bad for old
old.
people.
I was
Yeah.
like, I don't have a fro.
You're like, wait, should I
I
get a
was like,
fro?
It was humid, so maybe my hair comes out.
Hashtag bad for old people.
It's bad. I started.
Hashtag we're so
Old.
old we don't know what hashtags mean. No, I'm just kidding.
I've started.
Pound sign.
sign.
Pound.
So what else are you looking forward to at the con?
Oh, there's so much. I love I love Mizuumi-Con, like, and I probably sound biased because I work for it, you know. Yeah, which I guess I should love it, you know. But it's so much fun because all the congoers are like genuinely excited to be there. So like some of them say like the funniest things, and I'll overhear their conversations, and like I'm cracking. Grant George, and then we're having one of our own alumni. His name is Tadeo, and he's done voice acting as well. So it's kind of cool because he graduated from our school.
Come back around.
Yeah,
that's
so
cool.
for him to come back and kind of show us what he's learned and stuff, and so I'm looking.
And then you're
forward
gonna
to
have some really great panels this year too, right?
Yes, we're having really awesome panels, and I'm biased again.
Because you scheduled them all, huh?
Yeah, I did. I do panels, volunteers, and then like public I do all the social
And
media.
that's what makes
so.
her the public relations
Yes.
extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire.
So
Yeah.
all the
Mizuumi-Con.
Instagram posts and Facebook, that's me. Well, most of them.
Working hard.
Instagram is all me. And then actually I'm going to make a Snapchat too for the day of the convention, which I'll announce our username. So if y'all want to follow and see what I'm up to, like I'm just going to be Snapchatting throughout the whole entire day of the con and
Nice.
see what everyone's doing.
Nice.
But some of the panels we're going to have, of course, Supernatural, Doctor Who. We're having, My Little Pony. Cosplay is a business. That's actually run by one of our cosplay guests. And she's one of our new cosplay guests, too. She's our featured cosplay guest this year. And her name's Missy. So she does, like, a lot of, like, things in the cosplay business. And she actually has her own business. So she's going to try and teach people, like, how they can potentially make, their cosplay into a business as
that
well.
would be good,
So I thought that was
yeah.
pretty neat, especially for people who are actually good at cosplay. Unlike me, I can never make a business off it unless people wanted to buy bad cosplays. But,
That's a new thing Lisa's gonna
Yeah.
start. Really bad
you-
cosplay.
yeah,
How
exactly.
horrible can it be?
Exactly.
We just got from Thomas. So she does almost everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then
much.
hashtag juggling.
Hashtag chuckling.
So I know there's another anime convention here in town. It's San Japan. How is San Japan and Mizuumi-Con different?
So I think that the difference between the two, honestly, there's two main things that I can think of off the top of my head. First is going to be size. They're like 3 times the size that we are. And so obviously, like with them, they have like, I think over 15,000 people last year is what they had. With us, we usually have about 2,500 to 3,000 people. But you also have to remember at our school, we have 3,000 students, and that's including graduate, undergrad, online, and weekends. So our campus itself probably couldn't hold more than,
Right.
4,000 or 5,000 at max.
Like, everybody's in the streets. It's fine.
Here, it's fine. So it's funny.
Go to the library.
Yeah, because like the first time I went to Mizuumi-Con, like when I was there, I was like, wow, this is huge. But then when I actually heard the numbers back, I was like, really? But the campus is small, so it feels huge. And so that's one of the main things. And then also we're family friendly. So basically we try to appeal to people who, maybe they don't feel comfortable taking their kids to, San Japan. Not that it's bad, but, sometimes, people sell things or, they might have panels that are only geared towards, kids after certain ages. And
Well,
things
yeah,
like
and
that.
it's big to be downtown and stuff. So
Yeah.
this at the university is almost a little better.
Exactly. And so, and they have a great safety team too at San Japan,
do.
of course, but it's in the downtown area, and if you wander off from the con, who's to say that, you won't, something bad might happen. Not that anything should happen, but
still, yeah.
but still. And so,
I got somebody that made a good point right now.
Oh, no.
Tony Stark. San Japan costs 10 times more than Mizuumi.
Yeah, that's also true, the cost. Yeah, our pre-reg is $10, and then at the door it's $15, so yeah, it's
that's
pretty
true.
cheap.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. And we happen all day, and I always like to tell people it's kind of like we jam-packed 3 days into one, so there's always something going on. It's not like, everything's spread out, so you can go to one thing and then you're going to be bored for an hour. Like, everything's always happening, like, at all times, so there's always something to do. So
Cool. So I heard you have tabletop gaming.
yes, we do have tabletop gaming.
I can't imagine
Cool.
how he heard that.
I have no idea. It's not like I'm doing Game Expo.
Yeah. I got one of these cool flyers, which I will be taking home.
So I'm selfishly plugging myself, but I'm plugging y'all too, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Well, and there's actually crossover in the anime tabletop gaming. There's Tattoo Core, there's Crossmaster, there is obviously Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, which are anime inspired, and then card games themselves. You can buy Pokemon, all kinds of different Pokemon games, although now if you want to buy them because they were made like in the early 90s, they're really expensive on eBay, and I wish my kids hadn't destroyed those because we would like be having some mega bucks around here.
Yeah, no kidding.
I know there's some other ones I can't think off the top of my head. Hello Kitty is a big thing in the anime crowd
Yeah.
too, and there's a lot of Hello Kitty themed.
The
Ponies. There's a
Yes.
new
The
pony,
My Little Pony.
CCG, right? And there's always like My Little Pony, like Shoots and Ladders, Monopoly, and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have those games there. So
Ooh,
since
that's
it's family
fun.
friendly, you can bring your kiddos over and play those games.
Do we have like Adventure Time?
We do.
sometime
We
out
have an
here?
Adventure Time Monopoly,
Monopoly.
and stuff like that. Hello Kitty Uno and stuff. So.
I
There's
might
an
sneak
Adventure
over.
Time
Yeah, I'm
Munchkin.
gonna leave my post and
Are
just
you gonna bring
hang
that
out
out?
with y'all for a little bit.
Bring
okay.
it.
Oh, Al's gonna bring Adventure Time Munchkin too. Woo woo.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Definitely sneaking over.
So yeah, there's a lot of crossover in all
Yeah.
of these like different fandom things.
Yeah, and that I think it was funny because when I had seen the My Little Pony Homestuck Attack, like I don't, I'm not into any of those fandoms. I've heard about them because I have friends who are like diehards and
Right,
stuff.
same
But
here.
so I knew how big they were, and so I was like, wow, all three of those huge fandoms in one room. I was like, that's going to be interesting. And actually, at our volunteer orientation the other day, some volunteers were asking what we were going to have and stuff, and so I was telling them about that one. And one of them was saying that Homestuck and Hetalia are now like, I don't know, married or something, according to her. I was like, I don't know what that means.
I didn't know that.
But I was like, is that why? So who knows?
that a thing?
Yeah, I was like, okay. Like,
Maybe
so-
we should go to the panel just so we
Yeah,
can find
I was
out,
like,
right?
I'll pop in and kind of see what's happening. So
We'll report back
yeah,
next week. No.
after the madness. So yeah.
So this all happens at Our Lady of the Lake
Yes.
University, and it's just one day.
Which day is it?
Saturday.
That's right, Saturday. This
Was it
Saturday.
the 21st?
Yes.
21st. So yeah, you should definitely check that out. But what else? What else are?
What
Is
like
it-
what else are we gonna have?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So After Midnight's coming out again, which they're awesome. I love working with them because they're like super nice and like they're always really cool with me. So I'm like, yes, they're so polite and awesome. And so they're coming out. They're doing Dr. Horrible this year. Then we're also going to have, of course, a cosplay competition. We're going to have a combined cosplay panel or cosplay Q&A. So all of our cosplay guests, they're going to get together and answer some questions. Besides Missy, she'll be doing, I think, patterning and wigs. And then
she's really great with wigs.
Yeah, she is. So I was like, yes. And so, and then Jessica PhD, she's going to be doing All Cosplayers Are Equal, which I think is her big thing she started. And so I thought,
nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. And it's actually huge. She has this fan page for it and everything. And so it's about how, you should just cosplay whatever you want. Like,
yeah, because I can say as a big person, I'm a big girl. Okay, we all know by now. Okay. And sometimes I feel really bad when I cosplay because I make my own stuff. So it's not like super fancy. I'm not like the best seamstress. And then I'm bigger, so I see all these like skinnier girls, and everybody wants to stop and take their picture and stuff. And then I'm like, oh, nobody wants my picture.
I'll take your picture.
No. So it's nice. And then I have a friend who does cosplay, and he's a big guy.
Yeah.
And he does phenomenal stuff. Like he does really great stuff. And, sometimes you just get people who aren't nice to you because you're a bigger person, and I don't think that's right.
It's not.
Or they'll say, you shouldn't do such and such character because in the anime, they're skinny.
Yeah, exactly. And so I thought her idea was cool because it's like it eliminates that barrier where it's kind of like, hey, it doesn't matter, what great. You look like, what the character looks like. If you want to do it, like, do it. And then we're actually, speaking of like plus size cosplay and stuff, we're actually having another panel. It's positive plus size cosplay. So they're going to be, I guess, from the description, she was talking about how she's going to talk about the difficulties that come with it and maybe the stigmas that can come with it, but also how to get through all of that and how to make the best of it. So I think that'll be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be nice, especially for some of the younger kids now with social media where people can attack each other so much.
Yeah.
If we can help give them some confidence.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's really great that y'all are doing that.
Yeah, and especially because it focuses on building each other up, instead of kind of like tearing each other down over little things like that. Everyone just have fun,
Just have fun and be nice.
Do what you
enjoy what you like.
We have a question from one of the anonymous. Is this event outside only?
So our event happens outdoors and indoors. A lot of our big things, like the dealer's room is always going to be inside. Our panels are all inside. The only things that are really going to be outside are going to be the cosplay dodgeball, cosplay chess, I think, and then the food booths are going to be outside. So all of the food vendors happen outside. But if it rains or anything, they have tents that they can kind of. Oh, and then the Anime Host Club will also be outside because it's in the the St. Anne's courtyard, so it's kind of like a courtyard
And
area.
are y'all doing since y'all are open till midnight, are y'all doing any nighttime events?
Yes. So after midnight goes on, I was like, wait, let me make sure I'm doing this right. After they go on, we're gonna have our outdoor dance. So before we've always had it in the chapel auditorium, but it gets really stuffy in there. Everyone's moving around and kind of going with the flow of the music. So last year there's actually an alarm, like a fire alarm that went off like randomly, and so we had to evacuate the room. And it just so happened that everyone migrated to the mall area, and all the food vendors were closed by that point. Right. So someone brought out their strobe light, and then before you knew it, like the sound system was out there, and like the dance started happening outside. Nice. And it worked out really well. So we're gonna do that again this year. So,
very cool. Very
cool. So it should be fun. Well, I'm biased, but and then another big panel we're gonna have is Gamers Without Joysticks, and that's actually a girl gaming group that I'm in, so it's kind of a play on words, yeah. Or things that we had to encounter, like with people telling us random things, and then before we knew it, it just blew up. So like all these girls are in the group now, and so it's kind of cool because it's like a big community of us. And so I had the idea to kind of ask them if they wanted to do a panel, because I thought, how cool would it be to kind of talk about not only what we go through, like as females in the gaming industry, because a lot of them are studying game development or software development and stuff, but as well as the positives, so the advances that females have made in the industry. And so they've come up with a really good panel.
That's really great, because there is a lot more in San Antonio of the gaming industry now. You can go to some of the community colleges
Yeah.
now and get degrees in that industry. And it is hard. I know Michelle, who used to be on this show, she has had problems struggling with that, with, you know, getting some of those critiques. And she's a little bitty girl. So
Ooh.
then that doubly,
Yeah.
you know, well, oh, you're a little girl, you know, you can't do that, or
Yeah.
you don't do that as well, you know, just assumptions. So I think that's
Exactly.
great that y'all are bringing that to the college
Yeah.
level and talking to them about that. You have some really good stuff this year. I'm super
I'm
proud
so
of you.
excited. I was like, I was really
super proud of Lisa.
No, because I remember when I first, you know, took over panels or whatnot, I was like, okay, like I have to do really good. Like I want to make it enjoyable for everyone. I want a little bit of everything because, you know, I don't want it to be more one thing than others. I wanted to kind of have diverse panels for everybody to enjoy. So I thought that one was pretty cool, especially because we have a lot of teens and adolescents that go. And so it would be cool if any of them are interested in, you know, doing gaming, you know, or getting into game development or software development to kind of see how these young ladies have, you know, gone through their careers and how they've gotten to where they've gotten. So it'd be pretty neat.
Very cool. I have another question from the anonymous.
Oh, gosh.
It is, are pre-sale tickets still on sale?
I
for $10?
believe that they're going to end at midnight tonight, I want to say.
I think that's right.
Yeah, I want to say, I know it ended today, and I'm going to say midnight is when it ends, but I can't be 100%. I can double check.
We'll
Let
be
me see.
taking our kids, 6 and 7 years old. It will be our first time. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thank you from Roman. So, just to let you know, Lisa came in and brought us some badges.
Yes.
'Cause we need those stinking badges.
But what you're gonna need to do something for it. So, if
Yeah,
you
these are not
can-
free, people. I mean, they're free, but
Nothing
they're not free.
is free in life.
No, you got to do something for it. If you can post, if you can post online on Facebook, why you think you deserve these a pair of these passes, because we're giving out 2 sets of a pair.
Yes.
It'll be 4 total people.
So 4 total, but one person,
2 pair.
2 pair, but one person can win 1 set, 1 pair.
You can bring your significant other on a date to Mizuumi.
I know, that would be perfect.
Yeah,
That'd
you
be
know,
cute.
how
Or-
romantic.
Or take your kiddo. Like, if this wasn't something that
Yeah.
you planned you could do, and it's something they're interested in, I'm always, you know, we're always about like families getting together and hanging out. This is a great thing. You know, some of the
Yeah.
adults would be interested in some of the panels. I think
Oh yeah,
they could always come
definitely.
play tabletop games with us.
Yes.
It's super
They
fun.
can go buy stuff in the dealer's room.
Yes. Oh, the
Or
dealer's
eat
room is
fried
the bomb.
Oreos.
Eat fried
Yeah, eat fried
Oreos,
Oreos. Which is
what
how
I
can
will
you
be
go
doing.
wrong?
Have pizza.
Yeah.
So they do have to do something else, though, not just why they're deserving, but we need a picture of you in your cosplay
I thought we were doing or.
a short video explaining why you deserve it. Not just like write for us, like I don't want a book, about like short video of why you deserve them, or a picture of you in your cosplay.
Yes.
Okay? And then based on those, we're going to randomly choose, and then we'll leave them up at pre-reg at Will.
Do y'all have a hashtag?
Yes, our hashtag is just hashtag Mizuumi-Con. That's like our official hashtag.
So hashtag Mizumi, put hashtag MizumiCon for both,
yes.
and post it on Facebook, because Facebook takes hashtags now.
Yep, it sure does.
Everyone does.
Everybody takes
Everybody
it now,
does.
except
So
for
put-
old people. They
Put
take
that in
count.
Geek Gotta Say, we're gonna review it, and
And how long do they have until they have to do
they
that?
have till Friday at 8.
That's right,
PM.
till Friday at 8, so you have 2 days to make those videos or send us those pictures. I know y'all have selfies in your cosplay. Don't play. I've seen them. So send them on over.
Ready
and
to
then
show 'em
It's a
off.
we
cool
can
looking Sailor Moon badge.
get-
Yes.
Super cute.
Our art
Chibi Sailor
contest
Moon.
winner is actually in my girl gaming group, and she designed our logo, and it's like the cutest thing in the world. So when I heard she won our art contest, I was like, oh my god, like
Very
I need
cool.
one of every badge just to have it.
I need all of them, and I know you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they're all the Sailor Moon.
And then we have some cute little wristbands.
Oh yeah. I brought some wristbands.
Wristbands. So we will be giving
Yay.
these out to the runners up.
Yes. And
So
we
send,
have-
send, and there's all kinds of freebies.
We have 8 left.
Yeah, I just
'Cause I
grabbed a
took one.
handful.
Because I took one and it's mine.
No one
We have
else can
7
have it.
left. 'cause I took one. So 7 runners up after that. You can have some of these. But yeah,
And if
no,
not, it's
definitely-
only $15, so come on out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
$15.
It's not bad.
Or if not, if you get in today before midnight,
yeah.
you can get them for 10.
Because you got to
It's
be
well worth it.
You
got to
be fast.
You got to be fast.
Chris says that pre-reg actually closes at 10 p.m. today.
Oh,
It closes
okay.
at 10,
Yes,
so you have
so
even less
you
time.
have 1 hour.
So you need to be even faster, just like
Yeah.
the Flash.
Yeah.
Oh, like the Flash.
Like the Flash.
That's a good segue.
So now, the Flash, this last episode of the Flash,
So sorry, we might leave you out because we forgot to tell
No,
you about this. but-
that's okay.
Okay.
it's
Lisa's
got to
like,
be
the
one of the
Flash. I'm
best.
usually very vocal because Vince doesn't like that. He wants you to be hushed so he can be in the moment of the
Like,
show.
and so I can hear it.
And so
I
he
just
can
want to
hear
hear
it, but because he's old and he can't hear it.
I can't use hashtags.
No, who can't hear?
apparently.
Okay, how much are we going to give away? Because I hate to spoil this for people.
Yeah,
oh
that's
my
a
God.
big spoiler.
Okay.
If we-
Oh my God, I don't even know how much of this I want to spoil, but you have to kind of spoil it.
Do it.
You already know Dr. Wells is the Reverse Flash.
Yes.
You know. What you don't know is who Dr. Wells really is. And who Dr. Wells is apparently connected to, which happens to be Eddie, which happens to be Iris's current fiance. Uh-oh. Our producer hasn't seen this yet either. Okay. Barry goes so fast dealing with something in the episode that he breaks the space-time continuum. Okay, I'm just going to tell you all that. Spoiler, 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 spoiler. Okay? Something really bad happens to Cisco. I was screaming my head off. I was like, oh God, Cisco, I love you, Cisco. Okay, that kind of bad. Okay? Then the Flash is like, back in time. Earlier in the episode, he'd seen himself. I'm serious. It's very traumatic. I'm still traumatized by this episode. He changes the time continuum, which I think is why Eddie hates him, which I think is why Dr. Wells, who is related to Eddie somehow, hates the Flash. That's all I'm saying. Is that enough? I'm sorry. That was too much.
That's probably more than
too much.
we should have given, but
Sorry. It was so exciting. It was so exciting.
it's so good. You really should. If you haven't seen it yet, you should watch the entire series.
And I
today.
almost thought that Vince was going to ruin it for me because he told me that the little boy who is Barry in The Flash is actually a little boy who was one of the Warblers from Glee. And I totes love Glee, and it's going to be ending this week. Yeah. Okay. I do. I totes love it. Totes. But, and then so I was like, oh my God,
close to
stupid Warbler
interviewing
boy.
him.
You were kind of
I
close
was
to.
this close to interviewing him on Geek Out.
I thought I was going to keep seeing him as that Warbler character. You know how you kind of do that with
Yeah.
actors sometimes? He is so good as Barry Allen. He's so believable. I don't even think of him as that Warbler character. I don't even see that character. That's why I
No.
didn't realize it when you first told me
Yeah.
that's who he was. He is so good in this. Good. I
Yeah.
really like it.
I'm
People
DC
were worried because it's CW.
Yeah, and DC is just making really, really good shows.
And they're doing some really good crossovers with the Arrow too.
Yes.
Which at first I wasn't watching the Arrow either. So now I'm watching the Arrow too.
Well,
because
they're
of the
saying there's
crossovers.
just beginning to start a possibility of there being a Justice League
Oh, really?
show.
Well, okay, so we watched Constantine also. And Constantine is up in the air right now. I really am liking the new Constantine. Some of the fans who I know who like the comic have really liked it and said that it stayed pretty close, pretty true, to what you
To
would expect.
Constantine, yeah.
So hopefully it looks like if NBC is going to drop it, Sci-Fi is going to pick it up. Because isn't Constantine part of the Justice League at one point? Or
He's part
or the Dark
Justice League with
right?
Swamp Thing and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I could see maybe that becoming
I haven't
an
read that
appearance.
entire
I haven't
thing.
read that
No.
story arc. But I really like the way that this is going. I tend to be a DC fan just because I think a lot more of the boys in my household are DC fans. Not that I'm opposed to Wolverine and Beast, and I do love Nightcrawler and Gambit. Let's go.
Thomas said he yelled at the screen too.
Yes, yay, Thomas knows what I'm talking about, see? So that was not the only show this week with traumatizing moments. So thinking about traumatizing, oh God knows, Cisco moments. Al, did you see Walking Dead so I can talk about it this week?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes,
Do you watch
okay.
Walking Dead either, Lisa? Are you part of the Netflix generation?
I am.
Oh my God, Lisa's part of the Netflix generation.
But
We talked about your generation last week, saying how y'all have to sit and like watch the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already on the seventh season of Friends, and I started like I think 2 weeks ago, and I've just been binge watching it. So
Nice. Yeah.
I'm part of that
it's a
generation.
Netflix generation thing. So yeah, we don't do that. We like watch them every week. We like the suspense. That's a thing that old people do. Another hashtag old people problems.
Hashtag.
But we get to see everything first.
Yeah, so we watched The Walking Dead, and that is another traumatic thing where one of the characters, and he's not a huge character, he's a fairly new character, he kind of helped in a story arc. He totally gets eaten by zombies, like horrifically eaten by zombies, and the other character.
This was a Tom Savini dismemberment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the other character is stuck. You know how it's like those rotating doors? So he's stuck in between the rotating door while his friend is on the other side of the glass getting eaten by zombies. It is traumatic. Traumatic. I was like this. The whole time. I could not believe it. I was like, Noah?
Spoiler!
Oh, sorry! Whoopsie! If you haven't seen it, shh. I don't know what happened.
She was just kidding.
And then Carol is super creepy again. So there's this lady character, Carol, and she was sexually abused and physically abused by her husband. She kills him like in season 1. He's like a bad dude. And then she gets like to be a real badass in the show, right? But she still looks like school marmy and everything. So they're in this new community and she's playing all nicey nice and kid. And she hates the little kid, like, at first, but then she realizes, like, the reason I hate him probably is because he's going through this and I can relate to him. And so then she, like, goes to Rick, who's on the box over there with his back to us.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, you're going to go kill him.
God.
Yeah, she's super dark.
She sounds super...
And you're going to do this, and you're going to kill these zombies, and here, practice. And yeah, she's totally badass. She's a really dark character. I really like her.
Flowers.
Look at the just look at the flowers. There was a psychotic little girl. She had to kill her. Yeah, it was a really traumatic. Like, it's been very traumatic the last 2 seasons. You should Netflix it, girl.
I need to watch it.
I have not spoiled it. Trust me, ain't it all.
Exactly. Big old pizza.
Yeah. So I was totally traumatized by my shows this week. Totally traumatized. I'm just going to go there. I don't know. Are you ever totally traumatized by anime?
Attack on Titan.
Yeah,
and I haven't,
that's right. Attack on Titan.
I haven't gotten very far. So and everyone keeps telling me it's going to get worse. So it's made me not want to watch because I'm like, what? It gets worse than this? Like, how?
How can it be worse?
I was like, how does it get any worse? But apparently it does.
I haven't watched that one, but everybody keeps bugging me and they're like, you've got to watch Attack on Titan. You're going to watch it.
It's really good.
Okay.
Like,
I'll have to be part of the Netflix generation now and get it and watch Attack on Titan.
It's brilliant.
yeah,
Is it brilliant?
It's
Okay.
amazing. I was so impressed with it. I was like, oh my, but yeah, it brought me to tears, like literally. And I don't really cry during stuff that much. So I was like, what's happening?
What?
I was like, oh my gosh.
These are drawings, but it's so hurtful.
I was like, it's so painful to watch. So it's so good. And then like Sword Art Online, that was pretty traumatic too for me. So it was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I get that way with TV shows and like.
I mean, I can't talk because I'm from the '80s generation, so we grew up with these
cool
big, like,
one.
Transformers and stuff like this. In the Transformers movie, when Optimus dies, hope it's not a spoiler, people. I totally cried. I was like, Optimus, I love you. I mean, granted, I was like, I don't know, 13. 14 or
But
something.
still,
I
that
was
stuff
like
resonates
traumatized.
with you. Like, it stays with you forever.
And then I would watch G.I. Joe, and I'd be like, no! Nobody died in G.I. Joe. They always shot at each other. Nobody ever died.
It's like, pew, pew.
And they're like, pew, pew. Y'all are horrible shots. What's wrong with you?
We have 2 more hashtags about Lisa.
Oh, no!
Hashtag Lisa's eyebrow game.
Oh my god, that's the best compliment I've ever received.
Tony Stark said, hashtag Lisa should join the show permanently.
Hashtag, oh my god, I would like die. So cool.
Lisa's
Thanks, guys.
welcome whenever.
Yes.
She can always be on the show.
Yeah, she's
with us.
fun.
It's
Yeah,
fun
it's
because
great.
I was telling Chris, I was like, I'm so nervous. Like, what if I mess up? Like, what if they don't like me? What if people are like, she's the worst, get her out? So I was thinking all these horrible things.
I think you can't help it, right? Before you do something like this, you just like overanalyze yourself,
and
and
I've
you're like,
never-
I'm gonna screw everything up. It's gonna be terrible.
And I've never done anything like this, so I was like, I mean, you know, because Chris, or our con organizer, texting me is like, don't say anything that will get us in trouble, because I have a really bad habit of making like really dumb jokes when I can't think of anything to say. So I was like, oh man, I hope one of those moments
That's okay.
doesn't
Vincent
come.
and I talking up. We'll just keep you going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make any dumb jokes.
Yeah.
We'll be like, she's starting to say something stupid. Change the subject.
That was my fault.
Windows 10. It's really awesome.
It's really awesome. Oh yeah, Windows 10.
No,
just
it's
kidding.
not awesome. Lisa and I didn't like that segment.
No, it wasn't. I mean, it was
I-
cool. I don't know.
I know. You
For
have to be-
Cortana, it'd be cool. She's hashtag LOL, like all this dumb stuff, and everyone's like, Lisa, shut up. I was like, I can't.
I teach 7th graders, but a lot of my 8th graders who are my kiddos from last year, they come and visit me all the time, and some of them are dating now, you know, because
Oh,
they're in 8th grade.
romance.
And one of them called the other one his bae, and I was like, out. You leave. You leave
Get
my
out
room right
now.
now.
Get out of
So
here.
now that they know that it antagonizes me, they're all saying it now.
No.
They're calling me their bae. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You all have to leave.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I called
Nice.
Pizza Bay the other day, and I was like, I've sunk to a new low. That's how I know I love food a little too much. I was like,
gone
this
too far.
pizza is Bay. And I was 100% serious, too. Like, I was sending Snapchats of how cheesy it was. Like, it just
Okay,
melted.
explain to Vince what bae is.
So Bay is like, it stands for before, what is it, anything else.
Before anything else.
But now, and it's funny because initially I thought it was just like babe, but without the B. Like, I thought it
Right,
was
that's
just.
what I thought, too,
And
then
so,
the kids explained
yeah,
it to me.
and now it's kind of come to that term of endearment. So now it's just like, oh, that's bae. Like, oh, that's, I don't know,
like
something.
you love it before
yeah.
anything else.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
You saw the look on my face.
Because
when
the
I was like,
Netflix
I'm-
generation
I
is
don't
too
get it.
lazy to use whole words
Yeah.
now.
Sometimes
So-
I have to use Urban Dictionary, and I'm only 22. So, like, I don't even know what they're
You're
saying
like,
half the
"What's
time.
going on?"
I'm like, let me check.
I know what that means. Shut
Yeah.
up.
I like Google things. Oh, yeah, I'm in the know. I'm cool like you guys. It's okay.
So what they did that in what Fahrenheit 451? Isn't that what they did? They started shortening words and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, they changed the whole like system of speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's to keep people in balance. Ooh, oh, maybe all little lingo is really government conspiracy.
Oh, no.
To keep the
I love
masses
conspiracy
unbalanced.
theories,
Oh,
too.
no.
So I'm like, oh,
Lisa's
yeah.
like, oh god, okay.
Like, tell me
write a
more.
blog about that.
Haha, Tumblr denied. No, I'm just kidding.
That's
So
funny.
cool. So we talked about Windows 10. I left out a couple things, but that's okay. Y'all were getting bored
Sorry.
because we already heard the entire thing before.
Well, Lisa and I love the tech, but not that much.
Yeah.
It's more something you love.
Yeah.
Of course, we talked about Mizuumi-Con and all.
Yes.
And don't forget about the passes and what you need to do to get them.
Submit your videos.
Submit your videos or post your picture
Yes.
Yes.
and put hashtag Mizuumi-Con.
And win. Free,
And follow
free,
us on
free.
Instagram too. No one follows me.
Oh.
Like, I think I only have 50 something followers, so I'm really
That's
sad
more than
about
I
that.
have. That's also- Cosplayers are equal. All of us. We talked about traumatic Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Batgirl and that variant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about traumatic Flash. We talked about
That-
traumatic Walking Dead. Oh my
Everything
God.
was
What is
traumatic
the
today.
show,
We're
except
all
for
traumatized.
Mizuumi-Con.
Yes.
Yay, Mizumi!
Yay!
Light at the end of the tunnel.
Saturday.
Yes.
Saturday. No trauma.
Hopefully.
Shh.
Fingers crossed.
So we'll be there.
Yes.
We'll be having some fun. We'll be there as Geek Out SA and Game Expo.
Yes.
We'll be running some games out there, so definitely check us out. Tickets are on sale for both right now, and then you have like less than an hour to buy them at from Mizuumi-Con
Yes.
Yes.
at
So
pre-reg
get on it.
prices. So for $10,
Yeah.
save yourself $5,
Yeah.
or
and then you can buy
post
fried
your
Oreos.
stuff.
Yeah.
Buy them because you may not get these because there's only 2 pair.
Yeah. But try to win.
But try to win.
'Cause
You
if
bring
not, we
more-
know
you can
people
bring
who-
more people. It's always better to bring more people and more new people because they'll come back next year and it'll be
Yes.
better for y'all.
Yes. And what better to enjoy a con with all of your closest friends?
That's right.
You can make lifelong memories.
And all a bunch of new, strange people that you
Yeah,
don't know that are
it's
cool
funny.
and awesome.
Yeah, because people like make friends at MizumiCon. When
I know they just like
Yeah.
sitting down and talking and yeah.
Yeah, and then they like BFFs for life. I'm like, what? Okay.
Okay.
I wasn't that outgoing. I'm still not, but okay.
It only takes a couple of outgoing people to like drag all the
Yeah.
introverts in, and they're like, okay, I guess.
And then they're all
Weird.
suddenly outgoing once you get them going.
Mhm.
It's nice. I think that's nice to be in character. I think that helps.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably why.
I'm probably gonna.
Struggle.
Am I gonna dress up? Should I?
I don't know. I don't know how my
should
feet.
do it.
I don't know how my feet feel about wearing the shoes that I need for my dress up.
Well,
So
that
we'll
has
see.
What are
nothing to
you
do with
gonna
me.
wear?
I usually do like steampunk Cheshire Cat, or I do like a sugar skull to do like a San Antonio style thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I do that kind of stuff. I do my own kind of made up stuff. That's why people are like, "What are you?" Whatever I want.
Cooler than you.
Something
No.
Thomas
Awesome.
says this new slang is snazzy.
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 That's some snazzy slang.
Thomas
like
is
it.
snazzy.
Now that makes me think of that episode of Big Bang Theory when he had the cat named Zazzles. I don't know why. That's Zazzles. Okay.
So, but no, thanks for checking us out. Come back again. Like us on Facebook. Definitely subscribe to us on YouTube, and you can see more of our stuff because there's stuff that we're going to be posting on YouTube that's not going to be on Facebook. So you may miss some stuff. So definitely check that out. But this is going to be on Facebook and on YouTube. So,
Yay! So can I share it on our?
yeah, definitely.
You sure can.
Definitely.
Yep.
I know. I just saw Chris subscribe to us.
Yay!
Oh, yay, Chris.
New subscriber. Thank you, Chris.
So yeah, definitely check that out. Definitely go to Mizuumi-Con. It'll be fun. I've been there since the beginning
Yeah.
and
Had fun all
had
these
fun
yeah,
every single
all
year.
these years.
The time where we're in the gym when the AC was out.
We still had fun with
We
Stuart
still had fun,
and
but it was
Dave,
hot.
and yeah, we were hot, but it was
Hashtag
fun.
never forget.
But they did
Hashtag
they did
vendetta.
everything possible to try to cool us down. They even brought these big, huge
And gave us water.
Yeah,
Y'all
gave
were
us
really
water.
nice.
They
Yeah,
really
they're
took
really
care of
nice
us.
at Mizuumi-Con.
Yeah,
Very
you know,
thoughtful.
We're really, really kind, and I'm not just biased. So
She is totally.
yeah, I'm totally biased. So.
And the thing that got to me that it wasn't broken, somebody just didn't turn it on.
Yeah.
That never happened.
You maintenance
It's funny because
guys.
I still get people asking, "Is the AC going to be on this year?" And I'm like, "What?"
You're like, let it go.
Like, yeah.
Hashtag let it go. Hashtag
Yeah,
Elsa.
let it
Hashtag
go.
Frozen. Okay. Like seriously.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
That's what we're gonna have to make you posters for next year.
let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah.
The AC will be on.
Yes, of course.
Cool, we got another. Good job, Vince. Cool show. Great job, Lisa and Colleen.
Yay!
Roman.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool.
This is pretty awesome. I
And then
Thanks,
Tony
I like
Stark
you guys
says
too.
hashtag DashCon.
Oh, never forget.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no,
You get one extra
it's never
hour in the
gonna
ball
be like
pit.
that.
No, but speaking of DashCon, I've been seeing going around Facebook. There is some other con that
The
you're supposed
Omega
to.
Expo.
Yes.
Yeah, you're supposed to watch out for because it is a total scam. It's not a real thing. So the
Don't buy
Omega
tickets.
Expo,
Don't
get tickets.
associate that with Game Expo.
No,
Yeah.
it's
this
Game Expo and Mizuumi-Con. We're legit.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is us.
Too
We're-
legit
yeah,
Too legit to quit.
See?
Yeah, that's
There you
an
go.
old.
There you go. Got some old people vibe in
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
But
what's up.
thanks for checking us out. I'm Vince.
I'm Colleen.
And I'm Lisa.
Geek out, essay.
Yay.
Go to Vince. Go to Vince.
Geek out, essay.
You gotta say, yeah.